Hey Run Junkies, welcome to Runners Without Limits TV. I'm Coach Heather, and this is the first day of training for my perfect year of RunDisney races. So Dopey Challenge basically is the big one on the calendar, and we are starting today. So I hope you join me. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends about this, because if they're training for the Dopey Challenge or any RunDisney races, we are going to have a lot of fun, and we are going to share in the journey together. Hope you join me. Let's have some fun. Are you ready to start Dopey training? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, it's a good girl. So because we have many happy miles ahead of us, I thought I would start sharing the joy of running, not just with Mikko, but with Mindi. Mindi is starting her training as well. We're gonna do these short runs together. Now, Mikko kind of likes being left at home. It's quiet. He gets some alone time and peace. But Mindi does need to start running a little bit more. She's got a lot of energy, and these runs really help. They helped with Mikko. They're going to help with her too. Now, these short runs are just 30, 45 minutes during the week, and I'm going to take her a couple of times a week now. Mindi has a lot to learn when it comes to running. She's super ADD. I mean, she's a puppy. It's totally fine. Every little thing distracts her. People running by, people working on yard work, other runners, cyclists, other dogs. She's very curious, and it's really hard to get her to focus. So that's really what I'm going to be working on with her. One thing that is also happening still is a streaker month. So July, finishing off July, trying to get in a deliberate mile every day, walking or running otherwise. So I've been fairly successful with that. Actually, I've been very successful with that. There are days where I'm not sure it's going to happen, and it finally does. So just like all these streaker months, it's just an exercise in prioritizing and patience and commitment, and knowing that you don't have to go out for an hour every day. It's just a nice, easy stroll. That's what I'm doing while the lawnmowers go. Second day at Dopey training. I think things are going well. Yeah. Good, thanks. So let me tell you a little bit about what my training plan looks like as an overview, kind of a broad, like using broad strokes, okay? So most weeks we'll have 3 weekday runs and a weekend long run, so 4 runs a week. Then I have 2 cross-training / dealer's choice days. I'm using those cross-training days as primarily strength days, because that's really where I need the most work. I will throw in some yoga every day after every run. And then in addition to that, later in the plan, in about a month or so, we start adding afternoon walks, because the whole purpose behind this training plan is time on your feet. Today is something called a free run. Now, in my training plan, I have those planned on Fridays, but since I like to add in a little speed work, I need a little HIIT training, I'm flipping my Wednesday and Friday runs. So I'm moving my free run, which I'm making speed work, to Wednesday, and then an easy run on Friday, followed by a Saturday long run. So I'm hoping that works out a little bit for me. I've got Mikko with me today because he loves the speed work. We're doing a pyramid run. That's my cat friend. And Mindi has never seen my cat friend before. My cat friend is gonna get Mindi freaked out. Oh, cat friend is going under the car. Mindi has not seen her yet. Last thing I want to say, in case I didn't cover it earlier, is the time over miles. So this is something that I talk about a lot on the channel, on the podcast, the time over miles thing. Like, why am I not doing so many miles? Why am I capping it at time if I don't reach the mileage? Well, we don't want to overtrain. It's a long training cycle, and it's a cumulative fatigue that's going to get us to where we need to go. So when I have 4 runs a week that are ultimately, at some point, 60 minutes a piece during the week, and then up over 2 hours, that cumulative fatigue really adds up. So we don't want to, especially if we're running slower, middle to the back of the pack, getting those miles in for my training plans, okay? Galloway's different. For my training plans, I'm less concerned about the mileage and what that number looks like, and more concerned with the volume, whether you measure that in time or miles. For many of us, we'll reach the time cap before we reach the mileage cap, and that's okay. It's a long training cycle. This one's 24 weeks, and it feels like it's gonna go fast, but there's still gonna be moments where you're like, I'm done. 12 weeks from now, folks, I'm gonna be telling you, I'm done. So look forward to that one. Please subscribe. You'll get to see that moment. All right. 75 minutes on the long run plan today. I'm going to get it done. And it's a beautiful morning. I mean, you can't beat that sky. I have gotten a lot of compliments on my sparkle today. More than usual. Don't know why. Maybe it's the shirt. Maybe it's the coordinated hat. Maybe it's the donut shorts. But a lot of compliments today. I love it. Sparkle all the way for a streaker month. Okay guys, first week of Dopey Challenge training done, at least for my training. I know many of you have been working on the Galloway plan and you're a good month into this thing. However you choose to train for this really big event, make it work for you. Make adjustments if you need to, because training plans are really a guide. a roadmap, and sometimes you have to take detours. Remember that when we get really deep into this training. It was a fabulous first week for me. It was exactly what I needed to feel like I'm starting off on the right foot, if you will. After all of the travel and the crazy of this summer, coming back and resetting, sending my son off to camp and really buckling down, focusing on my training and my clients and all of the great things that I have coming for you, really helped me set a really good tone to start. I feel like I have a routine which is going to go completely out the window next week because we are getting ready to start high school. So when my son comes back from scout camp, everything changes, which is fine. And I totally expect that. I think the only constant in life is change. So remember that as we go through Dopey Challenge Training. Like I said, I'm doing all of the events, Wine and Dine, Dopey, Princess, Springtime, whatever that's going to look like. But if you would like to support my Dopey Challenge training with Team MSAA, I'm leaving a link to my fundraising page in the description below, and I really appreciate all of the support that you guys have shown already, whether it's through supporting my campaign, supporting us over on Patreon, or just by watching and listening to the podcast. Really appreciate you guys being here. My question for you today is, how did this week of training go for you? Whatever you're training for, please leave thoughts, questions, comments, and suggestions for future videos in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, remember, you have no limits. Happy running. Mikko's favorite time.